Yeah, so it's been really fascinating to come from like the pure academic university space into HundrED, where we're much closer to the practitioners, first of all.
Yeah, maybe you can also mention a little bit what HundrED is, what kind of organization it is. Take us back a little bit, yeah.
So I'm the director of research at HundrED, and we're an organization that looks for innovations in education globally. We look to identify them, which means we're both taking in submissions and applications from people who are doing innovative things, and we also looking for them. We're ourselves kind of going out and emailing people and asking them to come onto our platform. HundrED has a free platform where you can go and you can search by like whatever you're interested in, if it's math education or social emotional learning or STEM, I mean, like you name it, financial education, literacy, play-based, whatever. And then people can put their own innovations, which are programs and practices and interventions and schools, and they can put that information on our website for free, and then you can search it for free. So it's like this kind of like open platform where people can upload their innovative practices, and then you can also search for different people's innovative practices. But then what we do on the research team is we like look at all these kind of applications that people have made, all these pages, which are, the applications are basically like public profile pages in a way. And then we look at them and we curate two kinds of collections. One are these thematic and regional collections, which we call spotlights, and that's basically to spotlight or like highlight some theme in education or some region in education. We're doing one right now on Qatar. We did one last year on educational technology in Bangladesh. We have one running right now on child-centered learning with Montessori group. So it's so we do those kind of spotlights, and then we're calling for people who are working in those areas to submit their innovations, and then we review them ourselves, and then we send them. We have this review process where people can sign up, and then we also recruit. So we always have this kind of two-way where like people can volunteer themselves, and then we're also searching for specific people that we would either like to apply or like to participate in the review. So then we have this process of like crowdsourced reviewing of the innovations. We want to understand how impactful people feel like the innovation is and how scalable they find it. It's kind of a demand-driven piece that we say like, how much would you really want this? What is the value that you see in this kind of work or innovation? So it gives the innovators some feedback on what they do. And then the other kind of collection that we curate is this annual global collection where we choose 100 innovators doing 100 different things from all over the world that have already been shown to be really impactful, really scalable. They have traction not only in one context but generally in multiple contexts where they've been able to communicate what it is that they do and spread it. And I think for me, the interesting thing about coming to HundrED has been like trying to think about how it is the things that I have been interested in prior to coming to HundrED are still relevant, or like how it is that I can find my own research interests in the work that HundrED does. Because I think like when you're a researcher, you're trying to focus more and really drive this expertise. But at HundrED we take a really wide view, and we're doing formative assessment and social emotional learning and gamified curricula. We're doing things that there are people who spend their entire academic career just learning about that. So to be able to be comfortable, like first of all, like finding the people who really are the experts around that, and very quickly understanding from them, okay, like what is the state of the art in this right now, and how would you understand it, and then curating a group of those people to help review the innovation so that we have like a basis in that, and to also review the reports that we do so we get feedback on them. Like that's a different skill set than being like just a researcher yourself when you're like just kind of developing your own expertise. And I think the other thing has been for me trying to understand where my interest in like social change and how it is that education contributes to a good life and a good society fits in with the narrative of innovation in education. And for me, I think like the overarching thing is that it's about change, right? It's about how it is that we do new things, that we do things better, that we situate the work. And I think the thing that I've been most excited to dig into is how it is that we think of like the spread or the transfer of ideas and practices between people across places, and how we think about that as like diffusion, but also the kind of, which implies this kind of like natural, organic process of things just like happening, or then on the other hand, things that are more like intentional and policy based, right? So trying to understand that kind of top down, bottom up, and then kind of what happens in the middle as people are making sense of the possibilities for change in their own contexts.